Hi there, welcome to our channel. Thanks to all of you who subscribed to the channel. We now have 100 subscribers. Thank you so much. Ever pondered about the era of the Crusades? Picture this, a time between the 11th and 13th centuries, an epoch marked by faith, war, and conquest. The medieval world was a stage for an exciting historical drama featuring a series of military expeditions. These weren't just any expeditions, but ones organized by European Christians with a single purpose: to conquer the Holy Land. The backdrop to this period was a world steeped in religious fervor and rivalry. Christianity reigned supreme in Europe, with the Catholic Church wielding immense political and social power. Meanwhile, the Middle East was under the sway of Islam, which had rapidly expanded its reach, creating a formidable caliphate. This was the world stage set for the Crusades, a dance of power and faith, a tumultuous clash of civilizations, and at the heart of it all, a religious rivalry between Christians and Muslims that would become one of the main motivators for the Crusades. But what drove these expeditions, you might ask? The motivations behind the Crusades were as complex as they were varied, weaving together strands of religious fervor, political interests, and economic factors. At the heart of the Crusades was an intense religious fervor. Europe was deeply Christian, and the Catholic Church wielded significant power. The Holy Land, the birthplace of Jesus Christ, had been under Muslim rule since the 7th century. The idea of reclaiming this sacred soil from non-Christians was a powerful motivator, stoking the fires of devotion and inspiring thousands to take up the cross and march towards the east. Alongside this religious fervor, political interests were also at play. Europe was a patchwork of kingdoms and territories, and the promise of land and titles in the east proved a tempting lure for many nobles. The Crusades offered a chance to carve out new territories, expand influence, and rise in status. But it wasn't just about faith and power. Economic factors played a significant role too. Trade was the lifeblood of the medieval world, and the East was a treasure trove of spices, silks, and precious metals. By conquering the Holy Land, the Crusaders hoped to seize control of these lucrative trade routes, opening the floodgates to wealth and prosperity. So, while the Crusades were undoubtedly sparked by religious fervor, they were fueled by more earthly desires too. The promise of spiritual salvation was intertwined with the allure of worldly gains, creating a potent mix that drove men to endure hardships, risk their lives, and venture into the unknown. To sum it all up, the Crusades were not just religious wars. They were also driven by economic and political interests. The quest for the Holy Land was as much about control, power, and wealth as it was about faith and devotion. They were a complex tapestry of motivations, revealing the multifaceted nature of human ambition and desire. The Crusades were not a single event but a series of expeditions. This series, spanning over 2 centuries, consisted of 9 main expeditions, each with its unique objectives and outcomes. The First Crusade, launched in the final year of the 11th century, set the tone. A remarkable success for the Christians, it saw the capture of Jerusalem, a city of immense religious significance. This victory ignited a spark of hope among the Christians, a belief that reclaiming the Holy Land from Muslim rule was possible. However, the euphoria of victory was short-lived. The Second Crusade, initiated in 1147, ended in a disheartening defeat for the Christians, with the Muslim forces reclaiming the previously lost territories. This pattern of victory and defeat would continue, painting a vivid picture of the volatility and unpredictability that characterized this era. The Third Crusade, famously involving King Richard the Lionheart of England and the Muslim leader Saladin, ended in a stalemate. Yet it resulted in a significant treaty that allowed Christian pilgrims access to the holy sites in Jerusalem, which remained under Muslim control. The Fourth Crusade was a shocking deviation, as the Crusaders, unable to fund their journey, ended up sacking the Christian city of Constantinople, a move that deepened the schism between the Eastern and Western churches. The subsequent Crusades continued to oscillate between minor victories and significant losses. The Ninth and final Crusade, led by Prince Edward of England, ended in 1272 without any substantial gains. The final nail in the coffin came in 1291 with the fall of Acre, the last Christian stronghold in the Holy Land. This marked the definitive end of Christian rule in the region, concluding the era of the Crusades. The Crusades had a significant impact on Europe and the Middle East, stimulating cultural contact and fostering the development of trade. They sparked an exchange of ideas that transcended borders, bringing about a level of intercultural dialogue that was previously unheard of. Despite the violence and conflicts, the Crusades played a crucial role in shaping the medieval world and beyond. The Crusades left a lasting imprint on history. This sentiment is echoed by scholars around the globe. The Crusades, a series of religious wars, were not just about faith and conquest. They had far-reaching effects that shaped the course of history and continue to reverberate today. One of the most profound influences of the Crusades was on European culture and society. The expeditions sparked a renewed interest in the world beyond Europe's borders. This curiosity found its expression in art, literature, and architecture. The stories of the Crusaders' journeys and experiences inspired a wealth of epic poetry and prose, contributing to the development of vernacular literature. In the realm of art, the contact with the East introduced new styles, motifs, and techniques, leading to a unique blend of Eastern and Western aesthetics. The Crusades also stimulated architectural innovation, with the construction of fortified castles and Gothic cathedrals. However, the legacy of the Crusades is not just about cultural enrichment, it's also about conflict. The Crusades marked a period of intense religious strife, deepening the divide between Christians and Muslims. The memories of these wars have been passed down through generations, and the echoes of this past hostility can still be heard in contemporary religious and political conflicts. Yet the Crusades were not merely a clash of religions. They were also a time of interaction and exchange. Christians and Muslims, despite their differences, learned from each other. They traded goods, ideas, and technologies, leading to advancements in various fields such as medicine, astronomy, and mathematics. This cultural exchange is another significant facet of the Crusades' legacy. In the end, the legacy of the Crusades is a tapestry of complexity and contradiction. It's a story of faith and violence, of discovery and destruction, of cultural exchange and religious conflict. It's a legacy that has shaped our world in countless ways, some visible and others less so. The legacy of the Crusades is complex and controversial, but crucial to understanding the world we live in today. This statement rings true today as we continue to grapple with the echoes of this pivotal period in history.